Do you sometimes look around at your life, your home, your job, your friends, your comforts, and despite everything you have, your attention is drawn to things that could be even better? Maybe you've achieved things you once dreamt about, but the gratitude, the joy you expected, it isn't there anymore. You know you should feel grateful. Maybe you've tried the mindfulness apps, kept the gratitude journal. You've written down your 3 things before bed. But after a while, you stopped doing this. You found yourself writing the same things over and again, and not feeling any different. Well, today, I want to share something different you could try. We all know by now that gratitude is good for us. It's scientifically proven. It improves mental health, lowers stress, boosts physical health. It strengthens relationships and even rewires the brain. And yet, in our daily lives, it's so easy to lose touch with it. Why is that? Life is noisy. We live in a world of constant achievement focus. We chase goals, promotions, experiences, but barely pause to savor them. We check the next box and the next one, always thinking, what's next? The problem is, when we keep chasing, gratitude has nowhere to land. And then there's busyness, the stress, the endless notifications, the packed schedules. It can be overwhelming. In the chaos, even a burden starts to feel invisible. And underneath all this, our Asian brains are wired with negativity bias. We are designed to notice problems, threats, what's missing, not what's present. And if we are not careful, this bias turns into our lens for life. So what do you do when mindfulness and journaling just don't reach you anymore? When you can't feel grateful, no matter how many times you write, I'm grateful for my morning coffee. Here's something you may not have considered. We often get so wrapped up in our own lives, our problems, our goals, that we lose perspective. And sometimes that's a conscious choice. Because, let's be honest, the world can be terrifying. It's tempting to look away, to shrink our world down to what feels safe and controllable. But when we turn away too much, we're also turning away from deeper, messier, meaningful parts of life. We are turning away from humanity. It's good to remember, right now, there are people just like you and I, people who want to be happy, people who deserve to be happy, just as much as we do, people who were working jobs, studying, raising families, and then one day their world changed, not by choice. A doctor suddenly forced to flee their home, a woman publicly humiliated because she wore nail polish, a boy who should be running after a football, not running for his life to escape an airstrike, and closer to home, a mother navigating a food bank for the first time. It's humbling, isn't it? We tend to think that it could never happen to us, that somehow we are protected from all this. It's because it's a defense mechanism. We emotionally and mentally distance ourselves from events that feel scary or overwhelming. But sadly, we are wrong. The line is thin, even if we are living in a rich country. Life isn't fair. Even if we do all the right things, any of us could cross it. Pandemics, wars, geopolitical conflicts could disrupt global trade routes. Cyber attack on water treatment facilities, power grids or transportation networks could cripple the systems that keep food and water flowing. What keeps us insulated is globalized supply chains, stable infrastructure and reliable energy, all of which are more fragile than we often realize. And then there are the health risks. For example, about 14 to 17% of cropland globally is contaminated by heavy metals such as arsenic and lead at levels that exceed human health safety thresholds. These cause reduced nerve and organ functions and cancers. Today, you might be annoyed that the supermarket ran out of eggs. One day, shelves could be half empty everywhere around you. We don't want to think about this, but these are not absurd scenarios. So, what can you do? Open your life to what's happening in the world. Not so much that it crushes you, but enough to keep you connected. Focus on human stories, not headlines and numbers, those can be numbing, but stories of what people endure. Stories of struggles, bravery, hope, pain, resilience. Read them, watch them, listen to them. I've read stories that shook me, inspired me, made me cry, made me feel alive. Some stories changed my attitude permanently. I saved some of them. I reread them when my life feels small or hard. And it never fails to shift something in me. And if you want to go further, volunteer with the homeless, with the sick, elderly, with the refugees. When you sit beside someone whose life unraveled without warning, when you look into their eyes and listen to them, you realize it could happen to you or someone you love. Through empathy, we discover gratitude. Because gratitude isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about recognizing the fragile, temporary, beautiful, unfair, miraculous nature of being here at all. So if you have been stuck, if you've been chasing gratitude but not feeling it, maybe it's not about forcing yourself to list what you have. Maybe it's about reconnecting to what it means to be human. Open your world, even just a little. Find the stories, find the people, and let their courage, their pain, their hopes remind you of your own life. It's never just about what we have, it's about how we see.